Then I realized that after my mom died, I had to quickly grow up. A broken heart that, you know. But for me, they're challenging me. Broken heart, watch you. We do watch you. Actually, we move. Yeah.
I dated somebody for 6 years, okay, and just 2 weeks to our wedding. Something happened.
No. That's tea. Relax. Listen. Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel once more. It's your girl Dorothy back again with another beautiful video. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for all the support, for all the kind words. Listen, some of you actually reached out to me personally on Instagram to tell me, how well I'm doing and encouraging me to do well. I'm really grateful. And in case you are passing by for the first time, where have you been, baby girl? Whichever way you go, welcome. Just subscribe and be part of this family. Like I always say, I'm just a face to the channel, but really we are family over here. So welcome to the channel. Now today, from my setting, I'm sure that you have an idea, what is going to happen here today. I'm starting this new podcast journey. I actually, sent, just a little picture on my Instagram. So to people who are not following me, I don't know, you need to keep up. Just head over to Instagram, Dorothy _ and just, follow up and keep up with all the updates and more. I'm starting a new podcast, and of course, if it's a podcast, I'm not here alone. I have my beautiful sister with me in the studio. Hi, sis. What's up?
Hello.
So for those who doesn't know you, please introduce yourself.
Hi, beautiful people of Dorothy. My name is Nanama Priscilla.
Okay.
A sister from another mother.
Okay,
right?
Sure. So that's Nanama for you. She's so intelligent. Sometimes she doesn't, want all the accolades, but she's my counselor. I don't know if she's a counselor in the making.
I'm blessed though.
She's actually a nice person, and she has a lot of ideas and insight on amazing topics. So today I thought, okay, among my friends, who should I call to start this beautiful journey with? And the first name that crossed my mind was Nanama. And of course, as soon as I called her, she said, girl, you have no problem. Just send me time and date and I'm there. So today she's here to grace, our platform for us. And of course, just help us learn, one or two things. And also hopefully you'll be able to take, a cue from whatever we share here. So today our topic is dealing with, a loss of loved ones and grief, how to overcome it. I know right now times are really crazy. And where we come from, we are not really outspoken. We've been taught to sometimes just keep all our emotions and all of that in us. So a lot of people I feel are going through a lot, but they can't really voice out. And that is where prynzdortv comes in here. So please subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe, okay? That you can also stay updated and turn on your notification bell. So anytime that I post, you'll be the first person to see. How about that? So now let's delve into it. When you talk about, losing a loved one, what can you even say about that grief generally?
It's not easy, I'm telling you. I just remembered my dad, right? Losing my dad was a very big blow to me. Wow. And until I lost my dad, anytime someone dies and you go to the person, it's like, oh, Fama Nyame,
our usual Ghanaian stuff.
But until I lost my dad, the feeling is different.
It's totally different.
I'm telling you, because I was by his bed at the hospital, and then he died. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And the feeling is different. So anybody that is watching out there, I believe I'm not the only person who has lost a loved one, and we all one way or the other have lost our loved ones. But whatever it is, like I said, the feeling is different. People will tell you what they have to tell you, but it boils down to only God to comfort you. It boils down to only God to comfort you, because like exactly. But you need to look up to God.
Exactly.
It's only Paul said in the scriptures that God comforts us, so that in moments of other people when they are in grief, we can use the comfort that God has given to us to comfort them. Because it tells us that it's not all about what people will say that you will be able to, okay, my main fan is that, but the feeling that God brings, the peace of mind and the comfort from God is all you need in times of grief. I'm telling you,
it's true. Not to cut you, even in recent times, what's happening, around the blog and all that, the video and Chioma's issue.
Charlie.
I mean, I can't even fathom. It's crazy.
Losing a 3-year-old
that is
boy.
Crazy.
Alleged, though.
It's alleged. I don't know, because they haven't really come out
to,
but it has been speculation. But I'm just thinking, and just like you said that you lost your dad, I lost my mom too, and I remember vividly that fateful day. It was so painful. Anytime I talk about my mom, I become emotional, but we are not going to cry.
Yeah.
We are not crying.
We are not crying. In fact,
but the thing is, anytime I talk about my mom, it's so emotional, because I remember when, I'm Ashanti, so we have this adage, so we better show and all that. But then I realized that after my mom died, I had to quickly grow up. There were not people people were around to maybe pay school fees here and there, but that emotional attachment, somebody understanding you is and at that age, my mom died when I was in SHS 1. So it was a bit difficult, because that's the forming age that you need somebody to be there. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people, watching this video currently, going through same, and they have no idea. I just want you to know that I've been there, and I understand, I can relate, and just speak up, find somebody that you can. In that moment, I remember that, there was this man in our church that we used to all call uncle and all that. And I remember when I got close after my mom died, and then he was able to share some of his experience. That time I didn't really understand, trying to tell a story of how you lost your mom. I was 15. I don't know what you're talking about. But growing up, I realized that everything he said was true. The fact that the person is dead, there is nothing you can do
about it.
Honestly, because for my mom, if I was able to cry from January to December and it would bring her back, girl, I'm sure by now she would have been alive. But there was no way that she would come around. So in that time, you find somebody that you can take comfort in, somebody, good company, who can actually advise you. Because if you fall prey to bad company, that's it.
Exactly.
It's crazy, that's it.
Yeah. And I think grief is not only about losing a dead one.
No.
Right? Sometimes you may even lose your job.
Yeah.
I mean, from COVID, a lot of people
I don't even want to go
their
there.
jobs. A lot of people lost their jobs till now. Maybe you fell a victim to that. We want you to know that you are not in that alone.
You are not in that alone.
You are not in that alone. If God has been able to hold you from 2020 COVID times till now, that same God can be able to hold you till he gives you something that you can call your own to be doing. So it's not about you losing a loved one alone, no. But it could be a job or maybe something.
Some people
maybe
could even be
relationship somewhere and then the money is gone.
Hey, I don't want.
Please forgive us, okay? If you are part of those people, forgive us. But you may have lost an investment.
I know.
Okay, it's a grief. God will see you through.
I know, and for some people, it can even be a relationship,
Yeah.
that kind of broken heart that, but for me, they're challenging me, broken heart, watch you. We do watch you, actually. We move. But that's just by the way, but it's true. But people, it could be, relationship breakup, and then you don't know what to do, especially when you have invested so much in this relationship, like a 4-year relationship, a 5-year relationship just ended. Sometimes it actually ends through, like a text message and all of that. That's another topic for another day, but that could also be, another kind of grief.
Talking about relationship.
Yeah.
I dated somebody for 6 years, okay? And just 2 weeks to our wedding, something happened.
No, that's tea. Relax. Listen, that's it. It's going to be another video. Nana, please. That's serious tea that I need to, dive deep.
What I want to say is that if you are going through a broken heart, sister, you are not the first one, or brother, you are not the first. Sister, some of us went in 6 years, but still, whatever happened, God was able to hold us. You may never know. God has a better person for you somewhere. Some Mr. Right or some Mrs. Right, something.
Pressure.
Just relax. So, sister, I'll still be quiet,
No, you are giving too much tea. I don't like it. Listen, let's head back.
Me, okay?
Let's head back.
I love talking about relationships. That's it.
No, let's just head back to losing a loved ones, because the tea you are giving. I need to find tea. But relax.
Okay.
Relax. Me tea bread, then we can dive deep. But for now, let's just limit it to some grief and all of that. And one thing that I would say is that there is stages when it comes to grief. There is denial stage. When I remember vividly when my mom died, and then the day that she was laid in state, I couldn't believe she was dead. it was so much because it's like the memory, somebody who was so full of life, such a bubbly person, you know, very, very relatable. My mom can be here and then make friends with everybody. Like within 2 minutes. That's
nice.
how bubbly, you know, she's a social butterfly, such an amazing person.
That's nice.
And for me to just see her lifeless, I still couldn't be, I thought she was sleeping or something. It's a lot. So there's that state of denial before you accept it. After the funeral and everything, you're like, oh, okay, so we are really moving on. Like,
true.
she's really not around, not
Really
around.
not around,
But the advantages that I got from, you know, losing my mother is that time I was living with my mom and dad in Kumasi. And my mom wasn't a rich woman. She provided what she was able to provide. I mean, ever since I was a child, I knew that my dad had traveled. So I didn't really have that kind of bond with my dad, but my mom was my G, like my everything, you know. So it was a lot. But then after the funeral, you know, with the Ashantis, you go live with your uncle or whatever. So we moved to Accra, and then, you know, my uncle took me through school, you know, the best of school, university and all of that. Even currently I'm pursuing another, it's a whole lot. So I feel like sometimes God has a plan bigger than our feelings.
It's very true.
Because in my state, honestly, I would have been comfortable, you know, being with my mom and all that. But I'm sure if my mom was around, perhaps she wouldn't have even been able to pay my school fees, for instance, for me to be able to go through university and all of that. So sometimes there's a pros and cons. You just, you know, try and console yourself that, okay, it happens and all that, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you became a better person. Something good came out of the grief. So, I mean, just in conclusion, I would love to just, you know, tell anybody going through that out there, Nana, before you come in, that, you know, if you are going through grief currently, whether being it, you know, family, job, relationship, whatsoever that you lost, that has taken so much, that has literally drained you, I want to encourage you that I understand. I'm not saying don't grieve, but then when you grieve for some time, please move on and look at the bigger picture. God has so much plans for you that you have no idea about. You are not alone. You are not alone. We've been there. So if you are talking about it, it's because you've had personal experiences that right now we can actually talk about and smile. It wasn't easy, you know, initially, but now we can smile. So yeah, Nana, what do you want to add?
Yes, what I'll add is that the scripture says that in all things we should give thanks. Okay, sometimes it's not easy. And then this scripture in Romans made a lot of sense to me recently, which says that all things works together for good to them that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. What I'm trying to say is that if you love God, my dear, whatever you are going through now, it is going to work out eventually for your good.
Exactly.
You may not understand it today, but tomorrow you will certainly understand it, that God has indeed a lot of big plans for you. Out of all the grief, the pain, and the hurts that you are going through now, it will end well. That is what I say. It will end well.
Of course, from my sister Nana. So I believe that you've been able to take a cue from what we are discussing here currently. Thank you very much for stopping by. It's prynzdortv. My name is Dorothy, and as always, it's a pleasure to be in your company. Please subscribe if you haven't. Share the video so other people can learn, you know, one or two things. And of course, I'll see you same time, same place in our next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.